When you fast, you have this clarity of mind. You think more clearly. What does that mean? It means that food is affecting your ability to think clearly, right?
How much does what we eat affect our ability to think clearly and make good decisions and even perform well, not just in sports, but like in business and in our everyday life?
A lot. I feel like naturally human beings, we like to win. We like to feel like we are good at something. In this part of the world, you see food as enjoyment, which is normal. You should enjoy yourself. But food should also be functional. I eat twice a day.
Eat twice a day.
Yeah. The idea of 3 square meal is not relevant now, to my own opinion. Like 3 times is too much. It affects the way your mind functions, how productive you are as a person. It affects it. Do things that make you sweat, that make you just, increase your heart rate.
Come and study medicine, guys. It would make you sweat.
When it comes to entrepreneurship, it's just resilience. How stubborn are you? How much? I think that's the first thing you realize. It's not really about how smart you are or how good you are. You just need to be very stubborn. And if you want something, you have to go for it.
You have to believe in it.
Yeah, that's really that's the core skill.
What is the most amount of money you've invested in your business? Welcome to the Sweet and Sour podcast. If this is your first time here, don't make it your last, because this isn't just a podcast. It's a space to grow meaningfully and intentionally. If not, sweetie, you know how we roll now.
Let me hear you say H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T. H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T. H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T.
Spend our lives building careers, building businesses, and building bank accounts. But what if the very thing that we're building it all for is the one thing we're neglecting the most? Your body. Today's conversation isn't just about health. It's about energy, discipline, longevity, and why your body is your first investment. And my guest today is Collins Mbaka, the founder of Retaur, in fact, I think I beg to say, the very first sports nutrition brand in Africa. Hi, Collins.
Hi, Hikmat. Thank you so much.
Oh, Aremi, how are you? How's life?
I'm fine. No, life is good.
Thank you so much. So finally, you made it to Sweet and Sour.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what are you wearing? What medal is that?
Yeah, so this is my marathon medal from today. So I ran Abuja charity marathon, half marathon. Yeah.
So how long? What's the...
So this is like a 21 kilometer. It was a very difficult one.
Really? Was that the longest you've run in a while?
No, so the thing is, Abuja is a bit hilly. So when you come from Lagos, where it's like flat and you run there often, then you come to a place where it's like hills. Yeah, it's more difficult.
Okay.
But we survived.
Yeah. So let's talk about you now and, your brand, and you're even wearing your t-shirt.
Yeah.
You didn't bring one for my audience. So. Anyways, you're building Africa's first sports nutrition brand from ground up. What made you believe this is a problem worth solving, especially in a market where many of us or many people are not really thinking about sports nutrition?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So I think the way I think about it is, the first part is the sport, right? So people are more active now. So there's like a growing audience of people that want to do more sports stuff. They want to, back in the days that we were into sports, where people are trying to lose weight, all of that. But now even people that are fit, they want to
Get
run.
fitter, yeah.
They want to go to gym. There's paddle. There's a lot of things going on now. So more people are getting into sports, but the thing that is missing is the nutrition part. So if you are into sports, it's not the same way you feed when you're like a regular person that you eat when you're like active. So there isn't really much, let me say, like food that helps or supports people that are active.
So that's the vision behind it.
Yeah, that's
And now, so you're now an entrepreneur.
Yep.
What is the most valuable lesson that entrepreneurship has taught you that no business book could ever teach you?
That's a good one. What's the most
Valuable lesson that being an entrepreneur has taught you that no book has ever taught you?
I think it might sound like a cliche, but resilience. I think that's really the word, because that's really what makes. I think I saw one quote somewhere that I think it was a foolish person that is moving will get faster than a smart person that is not moving.
A moving man would always miss his luck.
Yeah, so I think when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's just resilience. How stubborn are you? How much? I think that's the first thing you realize. It's not really about how smart you are or how good you are. You just need to be very stubborn. And like if you want something, you have to like go for it.
You have to, you have to
really,
believe in it.
yeah, that's really the
Yeah.
that's the core skill.
Like the way I believed in sweet and sour, and now we're here.
Exactly. Like that's really it. It's not really about how smart you are.
All right. So I'm going to title this episode "Your Body is Your First Business."
Yeah.
Right. So personally, what does that statement mean to you?
Okay, so as someone that runs, right, I believe that I believe like if you have a body, you're an athlete. So we are all athletes, whether we believe it or not. As long as you have a body, you're an athlete. And so we live in a society where people work so hard, we hustle. And when you get to like, 50, 60, you start having all these very weird diseases. So, because that's really when you peak as a whatever career that you choose, usually like from your 45 to 50. That's really when all of the efforts must have compounded well for you. So you now find that when people get to that age because of illness or whatever it is, they start having, most of that money just goes back to trying to cure the illness. So I think that's really what even made sports or active lifestyle a big deal now, because most people are now being proactive with their health. So for me, that's really what, like, you need to take care of yourself. And the best way to do it, at least in my own understanding, is just to be more active. Not necessarily maybe go to the gym, just do things that are more active.
Don't live a sedentary lifestyle.
Exactly, do things that make you sweat, that make you just, increase your heart rate.
Come and study medicine, guys. It would make you sweat. I know that you're not a certified nutritionist, right? But I know that like you've done research because of the brand you're trying to build. How much does what we eat affect our ability to think clearly and make good decisions and even perform well, not just in sports, but like in business and in our everyday life?
A lot. A lot. So I'm going to give you an example.
Yes,
so I'm going to fasting for an example. I don't know if people know this, but I'm sure it's something that a lot of people know. When you fast and when you fast, you have this clarity of mind because there's this thing called ketones. So when your body uses ketones, like your energy source is not ketone, it allows your body to be more, your mind to be more clear. So when you fast, you think more clearly. What does that mean? It means that food is affecting your ability to think clearly, right? So the way you eat, the things you eat, it affects the way your mind functions. How productive you are as a person, it affects it. So and in a place like Africa where we are heavy on carbs and we still eat like our forefathers that used to go to farm. But what we do now is sit in front of computers and, write software or whatever. But we still feel like we still go to farm or we still go and do our job. You don't eat, like if you're someone that does mental heavy job, like most of your job is thinking or trying to be creative, you're not supposed to be eating like someone that goes out every morning to go and maybe do manual work or work that requires energy. So we need to feed. So the idea of food for me is more functional than is. There's no, in this part of the world, you see food as enjoyment, which is normal. You should enjoy yourself. But food should also be functional. So I'll give you an example. If you're someone that you do bricklayer or manual work, you need food that gives you energy to do that. So if you're someone that sits down, you don't really need that much food. You don't need that much energy. You need things that will allow your mind to be very optimal and clear. So you need to, the food affects a lot.
Yeah. So can you walk me through, right? So what do you have on a regular, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Okay, I'm going to be very biased about this because I run a brand that makes protein yogurt. So most of my breakfast now is just protein yogurt.
You have just protein yogurt for breakfast?
Yeah, so I just eat like a cup of
granola and what? Or just
granola is just trying to be fancy, but because granolas most times have a lot of sugar and I'm trying to reduce that, I just have the protein yogurt. The way we designed the product, it was just supposed to be like a full meal. So I just have that in the morning and I'm good.
Okay, then lunch, protein yogurt as well?
No. So I eat twice a day.
Eat twice a day?
Yeah, I eat twice a day. So
it's not, okay, this is not a, because it's not, there's the student's mentality of 001, depending on the one you have.
I think 3 times, that's the thing again I was trying to say about back in the days, right? The idea of 3 square meal was born, it's not relevant now to my own opinion. At least if you're someone that is not like doing very serious energy, I don't think eating 3 times a day is too much food. In my own opinion. So I try to eat once or twice a day, most times, because I feel like that's what I need. I don't need to, like 3 times is too much. It's not really about students or being able to afford it. It's just too much food.
Okay, so now, lunch, you don't have lunch?
Yeah, so what I try to do is, so breakfast maybe around like 10, 11 in the morning, then maybe around 5, 6, I can maybe have maybe chicken and rice or anything. But I shall try to eat something that I like.
So that's why you don't have anything in between? Water?
Water, obviously, a lot of beverages. So beverages, nothing fizzy, I just try to keep my beverage as healthy as possible. A lot of caffeinated drinks and all that.
Caffeinated. I'm a test. I know about that. All right. So you enjoy running marathons. In fact, that's a proof there. What has
Evidence.
the evidence took? So what has long distance running taught you about like building a business? How has it helped you? Because I genuinely see that you enjoy doing this. So what has it changed? How has
That's
it
a very
like
good question. So
taught
if
you?
you ask, so I think the number one skill that you need to be good at running is also the skills that you need to be good in business. So I'll give you an example. It requires a lot of resilience, mental
Endurance.
endurance. You need to be able to, you are tired. You are tired. Your legs are aching you, but you need to keep motivating yourself, telling yourself to keep going. Those are things you need to do business. You also need a lot of patience. You need a lot of, like most of the skills that you need to do long distance, it transfers well to business and life. And I also feel like business is some kind of sport. I see business as a sport. So you need to, that same energy there, you need to go and run, use it also, like, kind of like, it matches itself.
Okay. So what is like, what advice would you give a young entrepreneur right now with like limited money but like unlimited ambition? Now we have like young people coming up. We are young ourselves, right? But say a young person is watching this and like they have limited money, but like they have unlimited ambition. How would you advise that young person to go about, whatever they want to do?
Yes, I'm going to say this in context of Nigeria from my own personal experience. I think if you are starting out, it makes sense to plug yourself into a system. All right. So I would say don't start out and say, I want to go and build a business. Unless maybe you come from a family or you have a background of people that have the network and the resources to fund it for you. If you know within yourself that does not exist, you need to go and build out in the real world. So how you build that is to find a job, go through like a system for like 3 or 4. There's not like you should forget your goals or your long-term ambitions, but you need to build that layer. You need to have like a network of influential people or rich people, or you need to have like mentors, bosses that can guide you, that can help you through that process.
They can walk you up the
And
ladder.
you can only
Yes.
build that relationship in the workspace. You need to get yourself in.
You have to be in the system.
Yeah, in the system. You need to get yourself in the system first. You don't have to stay there for long because the truth is, if you are really ambitious, you won't even last there for long. I was in employment for like 4 or 5 years. Not even up to 4 years. I was in employment for like 3 to 4 years. I just knew I won't last here. Once you're an ambitious person, you will know. But you still need to be there. You need to learn how companies work, how to talk to people. You need to
How teams and
interpersonal
relationships.
Do report. Like the reports that I do now for my investors, I learned it from where I used to work.
Yeah.
State of like a lot of things you need to learn on this because if you don't do that, you go and start a business. That business might not grow the way you want it to grow because you will just be based on what you know as a person and because you've not been exposed, you know all of the things.
Sort of like you need to be a follower at some point then before you become a leader.
Not necessarily a follower, but you just need to be in the system. You need to learn. You need to build like a very vast knowledge base for yourself.
So I want to ask, like, did trying to be an entrepreneur ever affect your life as a student?
A lot.
Okay, so how did that affect you as a student? How were you able to navigate that?
Yes, I think we are the first set of school is scam people in Nigeria.
Oh, adulthood now scam.
I feel like when we were in university back in 2014 was when it was cool to just leave school. So I think that's when Mark Zuckerberg was popping. All this became more aware that okay, you don't need to go to university to make it. But I think that fear has died now. Everyone just needs to go back to school. School is not scam anymore. But yeah, I think it's difficult to combine. I admire and respect people that do it, but it's difficult to combine school and hustling. Like it's very difficult.
Very hard.
Yeah, but if it's something you know within yourself that you can manage, fine. But if it's not, just have to choose what's important to you at that particular
point in time. Yeah. Okay, so what is the most amount of money you've made? I know you say that you're not making money yet. Okay, let me rephrase the question. What is the most amount of money you've invested in your business?
So made like when I was in employment or as a business.
Okay, let's answer that then. Tell me how much you've invested.
The business itself. So that's the thing that you also need to learn about building a founder. And it's when you are bootstrapping your. So there are 2 ways to grow a business. Either you go and raise capital or you bootstrap. Bootstrap, you just use your money to just rough it, right? So I've been doing Retaur for 2 years now. I think we've done a lot of millions, but personally I've not made any money from the business. I pay employees. Everybody gets paid but myself. So that's the sacrifice you need to pay to build something. Yeah, so personally I've not made money. Well, I will start a business in 2015 with 19.2 million naira. That's like personal fund I just put into the business. That's what we did to grow it. We've done a lot of capital. We've injected capital from other investors here and there. Yeah, that's really where we are now.
All right. That's nice. You come and employ me too. So you be paying me and you not get paid.
I will
All right.
need to raise money to be able to. If I can say I'm taking salary.
Yeah, I get
Doesn't
I
make
get
sense to use
that.
your money to pay yourself.
Yes. The next question I wanted to ask you was more of like something you've answered, which is a habit from sports that can help someone become a better entrepreneur. And you said resilience, basically.
Not even. I think
Okay.
personally, I think this is biased opinion, but I feel like everybody should be into sports. So it helps you build certain skills. Like so, I for one, I feel like the reason why I'm more calm as a person is because I run a lot. I used to be, I'm very aggressive, but I feel like because I run a lot, like help me calm down. So there's a lot of things that like it changes your life, and there's also another thing that it does to your mind, right? So if like I feel like naturally human beings we like to win, we like to feel like we are good at something. So sports gave me that when I had like when I was in my lowest, sports was the thing that made me like every morning I wake up, I go and run, I feel like I'm good at something. So that thing also carries on. Like, sometimes you might be going through the worst phase of your life. You're like, I'm shit. I'm not good. Life is smacking you. You need something that will give you that. I've forgotten the compound name for it. And sport does that for you for free. Just go and run, you start feeling like you're on top of the world.
Dopamine.
A dopamine
Instant
rush.
dopamine.
Yeah, so yeah.
All right. So last question. 20 years from now, when people hear the name Retaur, what do you hope they say about that company? Like, what has it done for Africa?
Yeah, so the goal for us is to just build the number one sports nutrition brand. So when people are thinking about active lifestyle, they're thinking about Retaur, they're thinking about sports nutrition, what do I need to eat to be more fitter? They're thinking about Retaur.
So can you tell us once more, like, what we can get from Retaur? I know there's yogurt, but like,
Yeah.
just tell us what we can get,
So, yes.
where we can get it. Just I'm giving you like,
If-
a little
Sell my
PR.
market.
Yeah, sell your market.
Yeah, so you can go on our website, rethink.com, and
Okay.
order. So currently we have the protein yogurt, and we also have the performance drinks coming out September. So yeah, we're already like done with most of the production part of it. So it should be available from September, the performance drinks.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. And that's it for today, sweetie. Remember that growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice, by habits, and by the small disciplines you practice every single day. If you found value in this episode, make sure you follow us from wherever you're listening. Subscribe if you're currently watching on YouTube, and share this with a friend that needs a little push to level up. Until next time, I remain your host, H to the I to the Q to the M to the A and the T. Remember to stay structured, stay growing, and stay intentional. Bye.